They washed away hard little black pebbles stuck to my heel by hot gushes of blood and terrible memories of a dead horse all down the shower drain and back out to sea. It was a motion the earth itself would repeat over the years as the lava eventually poured over the beach, the showers, the streets, and the houses, destroying them all. 5 years later, the angry volcano came to wash it all away, burying the dead horse beach under 50 feet of lava. A dead horse wouldn't have angered Pele, for her battle was with Kampua, the wind god, who looked like a pig man. He was in love with her and wouldn't leave her alone. My aunt told me once when we were traveling from Hilo to Kailua Kona over Saddle Road, never to cross Saddle Road with any pork in the car because it would anger Pele and she would cause the car to stall. We were to throw any ham sandwiches off to the side of the road as an offering to Pele. My aunt by marriage is Hawaiian and Portuguese, and she was the one who told me about Kawani Hua Hanua Pele, the earth-eating woman. She taught reverence of her heritage and her ancestors, not all who lived in Kalapana in the time of my dead horse. Respected Pele. My dad is Haole. That means stranger, but it's used for Caucasian. He and his friends grew marijuana, or pakalolo. Back then, the high quality of weed in the area was known as puna butter because it tasted so smooth. My brother and I were called hapa, meaning half. We were called hapa haole or hapa papolo. Papolo, meaning purple, is the name of a plum. We had a tree of these very small, dark plums in our yard in Kalapana. They always splattered down on the hood of Daddy's Lincoln Continental. Popolo was also the name for the color of the plum and for African American people. I don't think that my dad's friends growing marijuana awakened Pele, but I could be wrong. The marijuana plants attracted many loud helicopters that were part of the police drug enforcement program called Green Harvest. Maybe it was these copters swarming over the top of the hillside like flies over a rotting guava that disturbed her. They were generating wind against the hillsides. Hawaii legend says that a huge battle over the control of this area took place between Pele and Kamapua. Maybe the helicopters made Pele think Kamapua was back to sexually harass her or try to pressure his way back into her favorite home. Or maybe she was awakened by another thing. My dad and his friends hunted wild boars in the forest, but they never left any pork for Pele. Maybe if they had, she wouldn't have grown angry and taken back her land. I remember a family that painted lava rocks gold and sold them to tourists, knowing it was considered unlucky to remove them from the island. They lived high on Kilauea, much closer to man, I can't pronounce this, Halemaumau crater, which was supposed to be Pele's favorite home. Maybe they were the ones who made her angry. They lived in Kalapana subdivisions and Royal Garden subdivisions, which was one of the first places to be hit by the volcano in 1982, the same year we moved away to Hilo. Pele consumed our old house in Kalapana Gardens in 1986, just 6 months before the last time we came over from Oahu to visit it. By the time I was back again in 1991, so many landmarks of my childhood were gone. I would never go back to Queen's Bath in Kalapana, the freshwater spring and the collapsed lava tube surrounded by high cliffs from which we used to jump. I remember it being as big as an Olympic swimming pool and about 8 feet deep, but I would never be able to go back in there and dive in. I would never find out if it would seem smaller because I grew 4 inches between the age of 14 when I last swam there and adulthood. The half dozen neighborhoods we visited in homes that dotted the sparsely spotted Kalapana Gardens subdivision live somewhere else now. The Star of the Sea painted church, where I once attended Catholic services with my friend Stacy, has been moved to somewhere else, to prevent it being swallowed up by lava. It is far away from the long gone beach, where people used to worship amongst the paintings of the famous and sainted Father Damien of Molokai during his work with the leper. Two girls giggling outside of the church about the number of times the pastor had them stand up and sit down again are long gone. The past has been swept away from Kalapana along with the landmarks of its remembrances. The beach of my dead horse summer is gone. Pele gave us all an eviction